Hello, is it working now? I'm sorry, I was just like talking shit for like, I don't know, 20 minutes or something. How many times it has been? Yeah, for around 20 minutes, and you guys can't see or hear anything because of the dumb problem I was going on. Okay, now I think it's fixed. Now I think you guys can hear a lot of things. Okay, then start again. Hi, hello. This is something I haven't done before. Where I was talking about like for 20 minutes straight, and I pulled out a lot of information, and you guys didn't hear anything, which is weird. But I'm gonna start over again. Today I'm gonna today I'm gonna talk about ESL. You just get it out. Just get it out. I don't care at this moment. Yeah, I'm just gonna talk about ESL. I've said so many things, and none of you guys hear anything. That's okay. Let's start again. Okay, like we know that at 18th April 2021. Yeah, it's 2021, right? 2021. 2021. Yeah. 18th April 2021 or 19th April. What was the day? 18 or 19? All right, any of those two. The project of European Super League ESL started, which is basically a thing for what rich people say Champions League, but that's not a Champions League definitely. Like it started, I don't know why they even considered about doing it at that moment when it came, and I was like, dude, you don't have to do it because we've already have the best thing in the world, which is Champions League. You don't have to make that thing bigger. Why you are thinking about that? And Florentino Perez, who is the boss of Real Madrid, the owner of Real Madrid, not the boss, the owner of Real Madrid, is like he became the president of European Super League. It's just weird that the 12 club that says that they're the part of the European Super League and they've started something new. And out of those 12, the owner of Real Madrid and the owner of other four clubs, Liverpool, I think Liverpool, yeah, Liverpool, Juventus, then Arsenal, and another club is Man U, I guess. Yeah, this four club, the owner of this four club took the responsibility of take places of president or chairman, whatever you want to say, and the second to like vice president or vice chairman. I don't know what's his place. So it's weird. Like the five of them are in the big role. What they're saying, talking about ESL. And another scary part is none of even not the player and the grapher, the managers. They're the people who stays inside, who lives inside of that club. They don't even know what's happening. When the footballers were asked that, hey, did you know what was going on? Why it was this? Why it was like this? And what is your opinion about ESL? It was just awkward for them because they didn't know what happened there, and they didn't know that why it even started. And I don't think that if I was in that place, I could even answer that. So yeah, they've tried to take a different way of answering that, which is again, I think I can see that happening, and it's great that they have said a lot of positive thing about that why ESL should not be happening and why the whole thing is such a mess. Now, if I want to talk about that from the perspective of different sides, because the ESL boycott ESL, yeah, definitely, we definitely should boycott ESL, and I think it is already out in his way. What was the word? What's the sentence? In his way to get out. I don't know if I'm making any sense right now, but it is a shit thing. ESL is the work of Satanist. Hell yeah, definitely. If you are Satan, what? Okay, okay, that was a weird sentence. If you are Satanist, this is your creation. Okay, this is your creation. This is what you've made. Now I want to talk about the both side of ESL at this moment, because ESL has been like by the both side. I want to talk about like why ESL should be a thing from the perspective of the owners, not from my perspective. Because from my perspective, I'm out of ESL. Say no to ESL. No, shut up. Don't ever dare to come again to talk about ESL stuff. I'm not happy. It's not happening again. Don't do it. But whatever you want, I want to still talk about that why they even consider it clubs like Real Madrid. And again, I'm going to talk when I say that clubs like Real Madrid, Barcelona, Arsenal, Liverpool, even I mean when I'm going to say the club's name of those big 12, I mean their owner. The club, the fans, the people, and the players and the manager, they're not part of this. The owners are only the responsible for it. If I'm saying Real Madrid, I'm talking about Perez. I'm not talking about Real Madrid and the club and the fans, because that thing is totally different. When this thing arrived, why did Real Madrid like even thought of on its first place that it's gonna be a good idea? Why Perez thought that, yeah, we should need a league like ESL to happen because this UCL stuff is not happening. The thing that they've been saying that Perez is for like a lot of time that this Super League will save the entire world of football. What? You have just literally created a new thing which was going on for hundreds and hundreds of years. Champions League was going on for hundreds and hundreds of years, and it has the glory. People like had a dream of playing it, to win it, even to just go and chant the UCL song is the dream of mine. And you're just saying that to get out from there, to build a new league, it will save the entire world of football. You are actually thinking about killing the biggest thing in the European football, and football is, and if you kill the biggest thing in the European football will not go ahead. It will just stop right there at that very moment, and the football will just kill. The football will just die. There's no out of it. Now, what Perez said a lot of ways, like say we are every time they were saying like I only want to say football. I only want to say football. He was just talking about shit like that football should be saved, like in this situation like football is dying. No, football is in his way of that, like football is at his highest verge. It can only go up from there if you want to carry out. Okay, so I don't know that when even they started to think about that football is football is gonna ruin. But what I believe that why are they talking about like this is also they've said it a lot of times, Perez, that yeah, money is definitely one of them. Money is the main reason of this happening. What I'm saying, one of them, it is the main reason that the COVID situation, the club are not getting enough money in the COVID times, and we can actually see it. Like even believe that a club like Arsenal sold, like they've sacked Garnosaurus. Is that Garnosaurus? I don't know how to sell it. Garnosaurus. How to write Ganosaurus. I don't know. It just said, "Did you mean blah blah blah?" I'm not even gonna try a second time to write that. Forget that shit happened. They just said the mascot of their like big club thing. The Ganosaurus is the thing that represent Arsenal. It is one of the best mascot in the entire world, and they've just sacked because they don't have enough money to give them. Now this whole shit, if you actually want to think about why Perez first thought about it, because in my opinion why he thought that it is gonna ruin football, because I don't think that the big clubs are even gonna face problem to buy players, because the market is not going down in the COVID situation. It is already, it's keep going up and up and up, but the profit that clubs are gaining are not that much. Like the players and people are not going to see the game. People are just watching it on television and stuff. People are streaming it, like in La Liga, in the place like not in just Bangladesh, in the place of the whole, I think in the South Asia or so, that they have totally, like there's no telecast of La Liga other than Facebook, which is a free website or social media, whatever you want to say. So you just have to create a free account to go to La Liga page and watch the game like free. So how are they gonna get money from that? Yeah, there's advertisement, there's a lot of things, definitely, but a lot of money is not coming from there. Definitely they're not like just mad businessmen. They don't know what to do and they're just like, yeah, just do it for free. That's not the case. They know what they're doing, right? So I get it that they had definitely a different plan to get money from Facebook, and they've gained it for advertisement and all that stuff. But still, it's not that amount of money what you will get from a lot of TVs that they're saying it. So the clubs are getting out of the money. They're not getting enough money to buy new players. They have to give a lot of money to the to the players already. Like Mesut Ozil, if I want to talk about, who definitely, yeah, also set the day for Ganosaurus, which was an amazing scene, and you'll love to see that. But also, Ozil was taking 350K per week, which is insane amount of money if you think about it. As a player of in the level of his, I get it why he was doing it, because he's an amazing player, definitely world class footballer. So 350K is definitely valuable for a player like him. But still, it's a insane amount of money. But he was, and it's very difficult for a lot of clubs to give that amount of money. And Arsenal was going through that situation where they were not getting enough money for the COVID situation and all that and this. That's why they, and another reason they sold Ozil to other clubs and all stuff. So why this is a thing that when club are like thinking that when the people when they want to buy players, the amount of players that they want to buy, the market value is still going up, but they're not getting enough money. There's the problem that they want to buy the big players. Big club want to buy big players. Like the I think the target of even Perez said that he wanted to buy people like, I don't know if that's true or not. I don't have enough like a trusted source, but I've seen a lot of posts that he want to buy Mbappe and Erling Haaland, and to get that amount of money, uh, to buy the player, he needs money, and for the money, ESL is the way to do it. I don't know if that's a trusted one or not, but even if I hadn't heard about that if or seen the post, I'd still talk about it because what I believe is in the post is right. It's true. They don't have the enough money to get players like him because the they club like Barcelona are in 1.5 billion debt. They're taking money. Their only business is football and entertainment. Like Arsenal is owned by Kroenke, right? Arsenal owned by Kroenke. KSE, Kroenke Sports and Entertainment, is the main name who owns Arsenal. So it's a whole organization about sporting who owns Arsenal. So they are getting money from the club, and they also own an American football club. I don't remember the name actually, but he also owns an American football club. So they're getting money from the clubs. They're not getting money from any other sources, or they can like advertisement and all the sponsorship is. By that I mean that they're getting money from the club is sponsorship and all that, the tickets and everything else. So where did all this started? What I believe it started in here when club like PSG did a mad thing, which is buying Neymar at 222 million. Shubosen said, "Why don't they have money in the banks? They have to take loans. Like Barcelona had to take loans. They are in 1.5 or something like billion, like 1.5 billion money. They have to take loans and they're in debt. They have to give that amount of money to them because of the whole development of the club. Real Madrid are building a new stadium, which was initially has to be the capital of European Super League, but without even European Super League, that stadium had to be big for because it's a Real Madrid stadium and he was doing a lots of big things. So to improve the stadium, you need money and you have to take money from the banks because it's not that they're getting that amount of money from a match that they can spend the whole money. They can save it. They can spend because they have to spend a lot in every week, in every season, in every year, right? So that's why the money is not in the bank, that amount of money that they need. Like Perez is thinking about buying Mbappe and throwing a league named ESL so that he can buy Mbappe. He, and the target is not only to buy Mbappe, the target is to gain money. Now the PSG club, what they did, like what people say is oil money, like Shubrosen said that oil money is true. PSG, the owner of PSG is Middle East. Qatar Sports Investment is from a team of it's a team or like investment, what's the organization, which is the Middle East organization from the Qatar. Definitely, as you can see it, like I'm just saying it, right? So it's from Qatar, and people are saying that the oil money is giving all of that. I don't know if that's true or not. I if I say I don't want to know, it's gonna be a lie. I want to know if it's true or not, but I don't know if it's true or not. I don't care at this moment. But what they have done is this big little thing, 222 big little thing. I don't know if that makes any sense, but 222 million to buy a player like Neymar. Neymar is an don't get me wrong. Neymar is an amazing player. He's an amazing footballer. In this market value, he deserves this 230 million, 222 million. But unfortunately, he's the one that made this market value. Like look at 13-14 market value. Gareth Bale, the peak Gareth Bale from Tottenham to Real Madrid, 101 million only. If in at his peak level in this market, I believe he would be more than 145 million, around 145 to 170 million in his peak level. Not I'm talking about his value right now. This thing are new. The whole thing happened after Neymar. After Neymar put this amount of high like market value. If you want to buy players like Haaland now, what is Haaland's value right now? If you want to buy a player like Haaland, 110 million euros Haaland, and he is playing for like 1 or 2 season. I'm sorry if I spelled wrong. A 1 or 2 season for Borussia Dortmund. Only 100 and it's I mean by only it's just like courtesy, right? 110 million euros. It's mad. He's not even that old. What he has is a great finishing, sprint, speed, and it's amazing. Like 110 million. He has a good player. Don't get me wrong, but 110 million euros, it's still a lot of money for a club to give. And if a club is in debt of 1.5 billion, they could not do it because they have to give the money to the bank, or they are gonna be in big problem. They don't want to be end up in bankrupt. That's the main issue that they were thinking about ESL, because they want to get big players. Like why? People just say, okay, so if if people want to say that, okay, why do not like low clubs or small clubs, don't they deserve money? Don't they deserve that amount of respect? And don't they know they don't. The big clubs don't think about that, because what they want, the what big players want is Haaland, and what small club wants is the person who's gonna get out from Real Madrid if Haaland comes. That's what the big owners thinks, right? The big owners wants to sell their own player to small club in big amount of money so that they can get the money from them and they can buy Haaland. But to get Haaland, they need money, and to get the money, they need to do this Super League shit. The whole thing is just a shit. It makes no sense if you want to see from a perspective of a fan, from a perspective of a footballer, from a perspective who loves the whole Champions League, and who wants to be in that position of there. It just makes no sense. Then why even they considered of doing it? They considered doing it to get more money so that they can buy players like Haaland, because the market price is high, which was started by PSG. That's why when Fabrizio like asked when sorry El Chiringuito, I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong, asked Perez about PSG, he denied that we have not invited PSG yet. We're gonna talk with many clubs and explain them about the Super League project. If Bayern refuses to join, it won't cancel. Don't worry, we will also hire some of the best referees in the world. The whole 12 club, PSG is one of the biggest club in the world right now. They're top in the League One, not top in the second position right now. I think if I actually want to do a double check, League One standings. Wait, why is here for League One? Oh, why am I going for League One? Is that League One? France League One. We are right. So if I go to standing, yeah, PSG is second, Lille is in first. So there's the thing that club like PSG is one of the biggest club at this moment. So if you are actually thinking that PSG are not invited just because they weren't invited just like that, Paris just said we're not invited yet. That's it. That's what you have to say. He didn't invite it because what I believe is that the 12 club are fighting against UEFA and FIFA and PSG because PSG has made that up. PSG can buy player like Haaland because they are somehow getting money from different ways or anything else. Yeah, in somehow they're getting money so that and they are buying players. It's just weird that the whole situation started out of nowhere. It's so weird. Like we didn't even think when it came like 222 million, we were like, oh, it's too much money, but great for PSG. And people started talking like why Barcelona sold him, it's gonna be bad for them. I don't think it was. Like if someone comes over to me and said I'm gonna give you 222 million, give me your one of the best player, not even the best player, not even Messi. He said one of the best player right now. Am I not gonna give him? Definitely. In this 222 million, I can buy a lot of players who if I want to play good football, I can build him and I can make him a good footballer. But if I just say that if I want to talk about a good football, it already ended because I've just done a business about like 222 million. If I care about football, I wouldn't have done a business about 222 million. I've just said no. I need Neymar because Neymar just got the UCL for them. I need Neymar. I need Neymar to get more trophies for me, and then I'll give it to you. Not in 222 million. It will depend on the market on that time. They shouldn't have made the market in the peak at that situation. Just after 222 million, that sell, everything went bad. That and Kylian Mbappe 145 million just in his loan contract. Shubrosen said people from the age under 24 are bored of football. Perez, I guess boomers love football more. Yeah, Perez makes no sense in that in his interview, right? His interview skills are bad, like you just said. It's just bad. He wanted to make football like less time. Like he said, the 90 minutes. If 90 minutes is too much for people, it's just gonna be less than that. What are you saying? Football is older than you, Perez. Football is older than your grandpa and your grandpa. It has been going for 90 minutes, and you just came here and you have the audacity to say that yeah, it's gonna be for more than less than 90 minutes. What's wrong with you? Now, if I say that yeah, Shubrosen just made an amazing thing that I was gonna talk about is how PSG bought 282 million and Kylian Mbappe in 2 seasons, like 17, 18, and 18, 19. So basically, in a year, if not in a year, yeah, within a year, like that, like two within a 2 season, he bought two of the biggest deals, like, and UEFA did nothing. UEFA literally did nothing. UEFA were just like standing there and like, nah, you guys just do your thing and it's okay, you can buy them. Oh, Chelsea did this, Chelsea did this. Oh, Chelsea just bought a player for like 50 million and four more. Okay, ban them. They don't deserve to play UEFA Champions League because they're buying too many players. What's that about? Just tell me what happened there. You're getting money, like PSG's getting players like Mbappe and Neymar at this amount of money and other players like a lot of money, and you don't think about that. What, you just care about how Chelsea is doing? So I don't get it. Like, is the whole situation about ESL and UEFA? Is that the two most corrupted side? One is UEFA and FIFA, and I don't know if I want to include PSG inside here because I'm not saying that PSG is corrupted, but the whole thing is doing is just messy. But the UEFA and FIFA versus the ESL. UEFA and FIFA doing stuff under the closed door, and ESL is doing in front of our eyes. That's why we are against that ESL when we can't do anything shit about when it comes to UEFA. Have you seen what UEFA did in their latest change? Like, let me take out UEFA 2024 project. Not Euro. Just wait a minute. Is that on BR Football? I think it's on BR Football, right? BR Football. If I go to BR Football, yeah, that's a great logo, but I don't want to see the logo right now. Um, wait, I have that. Let me just take just give me a moment, and I'm definitely gonna get you out there. Oh, just wait a minute. I think I'm gonna find the new UCL system. Whatever they came up with, they said that this is the better UCL. Is gonna be, if you want to change it, the better. Fuck off. This is not a good better UCL. It's just one of the worst things that was ever happened in a UCL world. UCL, the format of UCL is already at its best. The like Yeah, there it is. There it is. The new Champions League format. The UCL format is already at its best. But they've changed it, and the yes and the people from ESL came, like, it happened after Super League is like was cancelled by statements that the big clubs gave. It is not still officially cancelled because Perez has said that they have signed a contract. It's not officially gone. The new Champions League format announced, which is gonna be like competition from 2024, it is gonna expand from 32 to 36, which is good, which is fair. I think it's great if you want to expand the sport, so you guys can do that. 32 teams expands to 36 teams. Group stage replaced by a league, but you only play 10 of the team once. Two teams who don't qualify through their domestic league but have the highest UEFA coefficient will qualify this season. That would have been Arsenal and Spurs. What do you think about that? Does it make any sense? It does not make any sense. For me, at least it does not. This thing is ESL in a different way. Just ESL with a UEFA logo in it. It's gonna be a group stage replaced by a league. So it's already a league. Okay, so it's already a league situation is going on, and qualify through their domestic league, but the highest UEFA coefficient will qualify. That means it's Arsenal and Spurs. What I believe is UEFA coefficient, if I want to say it in straightforward, which is the amount, if you have the good UEFA points or something like that, then you're gonna qualify. For that, it's Tottenham and Arsenal, who is already a member of ESL. Boom, right? A club, Arsenal, is struggling to go for like top four or top six. I'm sorry, they're in the ninth situation. Are one of the clubs that have the ability to play Champions League because of their coefficiency rules if they don't qualify throughout the domestic league. So there's no competition for them. If from 2024, if this thing still remains and Arsenal and Spurs are the club who have the highest UEFA coefficiency, they wouldn't just care about their position. They'll just like, okay, we lost the first two. Okay, we have no idea if we can't win the tournament. Okay, we couldn't win the league, but that's it. I don't care if you're like 16 or 17. We just won't go to the relegation zone, and that's it. We just have to do that. We'll be a mid-table team, but we're still qualifying for the Champions League. What's wrong with it? So the whole thing is basically ESL, but the money is going to UEFA's pocket, not European Super Leagues, not the not the owner of the club. Then top 8 teams qualify for last 16, which is okay. Top 8 team from like both 10-10, whatever they want. Group stages, biggest battle will be raised for 8th to 24th, and 9th to 24th will play a two-legged playoff tie progress. Like the top 8 teams will directly qualify for last 16, and the rest 8 teams have to go through another two-leg playoff, which is okay. They wanted to do it interesting. If I want to be positive to UEFA, last 16 to final remain unchanged. Yeah, that's the same. But look at the first change. It makes no sense. The whole the whole change, like, yeah, for clarification, these changes were demanded by the big clubs. They wanted more and bigger matches, also more money and elite sports. This was the main conflict of the last year. Now, so don't only blame the UEFA, it's our club who wanted that. We still have the 3 years to protest against elite sports. That's the thing. I don't know if I can not blame UEFA right now at this moment, because in this time they are desperate to get people from the ESL, and they want the club of the, like, they just can't go and sign contract with Super League right now, because Champions League is added best, and they know that if they do that, the fans are gonna be against it. The people are gonna say, like, no, it's bad. We want the USL, so they want UCL, but they want to do what the big clubs want, because they also want big clubs to be a part of them. Because just imagine if 12 of the big clubs started an ESL, which is first of all a very bad thing if you want to think about a club wise, because a fan of a club representative, we want to see competition between tournaments, like between leagues. We want to see relegation, we want to see improvement. Like Leicester City won the Premier League, we didn't even thought about that they could do it. That's the beauty of football. None of it, none of the, like, people. I'm a supporter of an Arsenal. We were in the second position that season, but we were happy in that case that Leicester City won it because they deserved it. That's the fun of a football. That's why football is the best sports in the world, because of the determination that we all want to play football. I'm not people who stay lives in the UK. I'm outside of. Oh, I came outside from the UK. I should not have any connection between the clubs because this is not my local club. But if anyone says what's your second home, I'm gonna say Emirates Stadium and Bernabeu, second and third home, because those are the clubs that made my life amazing. Those are the clubs that I'm living for. So it's the situation of the connection, and that's why football is an amazing sport. And these owners have the audacity to take that determination, that love, and they buy it for money. We're not just like fan. They've thought us as a customer or something. Like, yeah, we're gonna give you sport football, you're just gonna support us. No. We're supporting Arsenal, we're not supporting you, Kronke. I'm so happy that today so many people are outside of the Emirates. I'm sorry I couldn't be there because I don't live there. But outside of the Emirates, protesting what Arsenal need change is that change from the top level. We need a new owner. That owner is getting lots of profits from the club by getting jersey amounts, the ticket amounts, even like before COVID came out. But he was not giving money to us. Like people will say, yeah, you bought Pepe at 76 million, it's a big deal, but dude, what happened there? What happened there? Gareth Bale sold to Real Madrid at 13, 14 from Tottenham at 101 million, and we won, and we bought Pepe on 74 million. Don't get me wrong. Pepe is an amazing player. Pepe is it's gonna take some time, and he's gonna do it. It's gonna be not like just like that. It's gonna take some time. But the market is already bad condition in 222 million. So I believe that Pepe should have been around 50 million or less. But he has a average of 78 million value, and lots of thing going on that people did some bad judgment, bad business between it, and it was just weird. It was just so weird, and I believe that without the owner, the whole, actually people who actually works at the club for football, they were shocked like us when they've heard it, because they didn't even know what was happening. Imagine Arsenal not being in the top six, goes into Champions League, and Leicester staying top five doesn't seem really fun. Exactly, what is Leicester doing right now? They're giving their hearts, they're giving their life to go to the Champions League position, to go to the Europa League position. They can't be even there because club who's in the ninth position are taking that place because of what they had in history. We had a great history. Don't get me wrong. I've said that if the ESL was supposed to happen, if the Big 12 had to happen, I get it why Arsenal is one of the Big 12, but that doesn't mean that it is fair. That doesn't mean it is fair for a club like Leicester City. The division is already there. That we know that it is Big Six. That there are Big Six in football, but which was supposed to change in days and days and days. Because it's football, it is gonna change. But that six clubs that differentiate, they've made it a fact. which was going through people's mouth, like people were saying it, they made it a fact that yeah, we are better than you. You guys don't deserve in a club like in a tournament like ESL. They've made that level, which is very bad. Which is I don't, which is like disgustingly bad, and I feel so ashamed that I support that club. I'm sorry, Cronky, you did it. I had to say that thing. The club, as I've said it already, club is not responsible here. But for the owner, for what we've done, it's such a great a shame for us that we have to say it. It all went bad. I get it, you guys want money. I get it, you guys in a big debt. I get it, you guys want some big tournament. Just if you want a good money, talk about Champions League, talk with UEFA, talk with FIFA, do something about it, and think about like how to get money in that level. Don't just create a new tournament. None of us want that, because the whole situation that you've created made a lot of people like they've just lost their dream. Seeing the champions in the Chinese champions with wearing that club is something that very difficult. It's just weird. It's all weird that it even started at that place. So yeah, that's it. Like if ESL, like I know that it's not completely gone, because Perez said that they have signed a contract, and I've heard from somewhere else, it's not again a trusted source, that they have to pay 300 million because of the contract that they signed if they want to get out of it. I don't know if that's true or not, but also they've signed a contract, so they have to pay a big amount of money if they want to get out of from there. So it's all went downhill. All the 12 club needs big changes, and one change is this Kroenke out situation. Arsenal, whatever you guys are doing today, like this thing, you guys love to say we care. Do you don't? We care about the club. That's why you, as an Arsenal player, as an Arsenal fan, you guys, like the recent result has been so poor, but still we are stick to your support, because we are a fan of Arsenal, and we are with you in your bad situation too, because that's how you support a club. But it doesn't mean that you guys own us. You own the club in a way that you just give us money, but we are the reason that you have the money. Let's be honest, if you want to talk about economical. We care about football. We care about Arsenal more than you, Kroenke. So you should head out. I'm sorry. You should head out. Because of this Big 12 owner thinking of the greediness, whatever they guys want to say. I said it that the fault is PSG. That's why I don't want to hear if anyone big say and say like yeah, UEFA is saying to no, they are responsible. They've banned Chelsea, but they haven't said anything to PSG. And yeah, exactly. Peter Cech chanting with the fans was something else. Like he came out when the people were out, where people were like, "Hey, Peter Cech is going inside the Stamford Bridge," and he came inside and he came out to talk with the people and said, "Like, we give us time. We're handling the situation. Let the players in." At least saying that we hear you loud and clear. It's a big thing. A player like Peter Cech. That's how you should respond. I get it, Peter Cech works at Chelsea and he's an amazing footballer and all that, but his life, his job is at jeopardy. He did like he was could have been in jeopardy if he said the bad words about the club, that yeah, we don't want ESL, let's do it, come on, yay, say the bad words against ESL. So he handled it pretty amazingly, and it was just something else when he just came against Enchanted. This is how a club should be. A club should be for fans. A club should be for football. A club should not be for your economical development. If you can't buy Mbappe, if you can't buy Haaland, don't buy Mbappe, don't buy Haaland, but don't ever ruin our game. Don't ever ruin our club. You guys don't deserve it. You guys don't know what's been going to, like, you just came out. Yeah, I get it. You are the owner of Real Madrid because you care about Real Madrid. I get that. You've done a good thing, Perez. I I I know you are an amazing chairman. People, you know how to do business, but do business which is good for Real Madrid, which is good for football, and this is not good for football. Talk with PSG, talk with UEFA, talk with FIFA. Get those, break out of there, get and fix UEFA, fix FIFA. Don't try to create a new league and think that it's gonna work, because it's not gonna work. None of us is gonna behind you. We are ashamed. We feel really bad that this happened, and yeah, it's just the whole situation is bad, and I don't know if the contract wise, if they could just can't get out of there, it's gonna be more bad. So the whole market situation were ruined for PSG buying. UEFA, FIFA didn't see that. UEFA and FIFA just considered about what Chelsea were doing, what other clubs were doing for some reason, and clubs were getting on debt and were having facing off tough times to get enough money. But it's not it. It's not the way to do it. Shubrosan said fans are the reason these clubs were established, like Man United, Arsenal. Different communities build these clubs, and some businessmen are going to own the club that were meant for the people. That's true. Like I get it that you need to own a club, you need to buy the club so that the club can go, like, economically it can go ahead and they can do business, because end of the day it is a business for if you want to say, like, if you want to buy player, you need to give money. In that case it is a business, but it is a business for the fans, it is a business for the football. This business is not a business for your own good. If you do those good two things, if you do a good business for your fans or for your football, and if you're morally right, you're gonna get money and you're gonna be happy with it. Just don't be greedy and don't get that thing out of my face. Like, I can't just understand that when I've started supporting Arsenal, I haven't seen any good thing. I've just won FA Cup, but I still support it. Last match they drew against Fulham, who's who's like fighting to get out of their to get out of the bottom three, and they've drawn with it. And I have like, oh my god, we just drew, but it's okay because we're going through with this. We are still with the club, and we're gonna be with the club end of the day. We've heard so many things as an Arsenal fan, we've heard so many things, we've seen so many memes. We just give a like, we laugh at it because it's funny, and it is true. We are a club that should be memed because of the whole situation, the whole gameplay is going through, but we're still gonna support you guys because football and the club is made for fans, and fans are actually the reason that clubs were established. Without the Arsenal fan, without the Gunners, without the Gooners, it was never gonna happen. So if you actually think, or if you actually consider that you guys are just gonna come ahead and think that we are customer, not fans, then I'm wrong. You're just doing it all wrong. Get out of here. Get out of this place. I get it. Again, I'm gonna say it. The PSG did whole mess here, and the Mbappe shit and the Neymar shit that they've done, like 222 million and 150 million, did the whole market level on another world. That's why you guys, if you want to buy player like Mbappe and Haaland, you need more money, and for to get the money, you are, and already you guys are in debt, like Barcelona in 200 and 1.5 billion debt. To buy player like Haaland, you guys need money, and you guys need league like ESL. Still, for fans, you guys can do that, because if you can't buy Haaland, just don't buy Haaland. If you can't buy Mbappe, don't buy Mbappe. But you still have no right to get out of a UEFA thing. You have no right to fight against a player's life. FIFA said you guys can't play foot. FIFA said you guys can't play in World Cup if you are part of those 12 team. What footballers have to do? Tell me. They just play for the team. They love to play for the team. They're there. They're playing because they love football. So you're saying that they have to get out of their dream work, dream club, 12 big club. They have to get out to play for their national country, which makes sense. Definitely they can get out, but no, this is their life too. They have to think about it. They play for the club and they love the club. They love the country and they love the club. Now you are like differentiating what you like more, your club or your country. That makes no sense, because they have to get out of the club if they want to play for the World Cup, because World Cup comes first. But what are they gonna get more in Arsenal club or a club like Seinfeld. So when FIFA is drawing that margin, you have no rights to play with it, Perez or whoever the owners are. So don't go with it. Just care about people's life, care about fans' life, because all of our life depends on football. All of our life depends on the club. We are giving so much for the club. We are giving so much for the people of the club, and we are getting this. This whole situation of ESL is just mess up. Like I don't get it when I've said it that even when it started, like it's good that you guys need money and that's why you're starting it and that's what you think of saving football is saving clubs. I get it what you mean, but saving football means saving football. Saving football means saving what a fan wants, not just take money and leave. Henderson gathering all captains was amazing. It was damn amazing, and I respect. I know I'm an Arsenal supporter, but I respect Arsenal player, sorry, Liverpool player Henderson, the captain, and the manager Klopp, and even the manager of Manchester City to be the one who said it on first that we are part of ESL clubs, but we are against it. You guys have it's you need a big strong mentality to say because it's not just easy. They put their lives, they put their jobs on jeopardy. People like I believe like yeah, some people say why Arteta didn't say this is his first job. He doesn't know what he's gonna do after this, so he's not gonna be the first one that's gonna say it. But what we expect our first people are gonna be Klopp in manager Klopp and uh I'm sorry. Oh god, I've just said his name and I forgot. I've just said his name and I forgot. What the hell? Klopp. Oh, and Pep. I'm sorry. Klopp and Pep. We expect managers like Klopp and Pep to be the one and say it out loud, and they've done it, and that's why you guys have a huge respect. In this scenario, or in any scenario, when football comes on first, every scenario, football comes on first. So we are with you with the whole 12 clubs and the other clubs, small clubs, big clubs. We don't care at the situation. We want to stop this ESL. We want the whole grid ownership and what they think, what they believe to get out of there. And we want a important improved UCL with the same format but a different UEFA and FIFA involvement, because UEFA and FIFA is corrupted on its own, and that's the reason that they haven't said anything to PSG, but they've been banning Chelsea for a long time. But also they're pocketing the exact money, but not exact money, but they're pocketing their money that ESL was thinking, because the format is the same. That they've changed the format to what ESL was supposed to do. I'm sorry, but it had to be said. I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you so much for joining, whoever you guys came here. We're gonna fight until it. I don't know how you're gonna fight. You guys are just gonna stay at home like me and gonna share post on your feed. But if you are, just do it. It will help. That those hashtag say no to your Europa Super League or Super League. It helped a lot. It helped a lot. Cranky out hashtag. I hope it's gonna help a lot. So do it, help it, and it's gonna be amazing. Hopefully that one day football is going to be good. All right, last question. What do you think about the Mourinho situation? His recent performance was pretty bad, or his stand? No, listen, I get it that yeah, a lot of people were saying that even Fabrizio Romano even said that the whole situation of sacking Mourinho is not involved with ESL. But I think it's something that a club is not never gonna say that it is involved with ESL because it's gonna jeopardize them, right? So I think uh it was involved with ESL because I get it, his recent performance was bad as a manager, he wasn't doing that good, but they have a final in next week. Never ever, if you don't do anything bad or don't do any controversies, you're gonna get sacked before a week of the final. It's not gonna happen. So I don't know, if you're playing bad football, if you are going to be sacked, it's gonna happen after the final, because the whole situation of football, the whole thinking why are you building the club, is gonna be a totally mud if you sack him before he could even go to his final position, which is a final. So sacking someone before the final is definitely something fishy about it. And in times like this, ESL, definitely I want to consider ESL is the main reason that Mourinho got sacked. And if Mourinho's sacked or he left because of ESL, I have damn respect on him that he cared about football. He didn't care about money. He cared about the people and he cared about of his own fans and his players. Thank you so much for joining in, and I hope I'll see you on the next video. It could be a gaming or a live stream, I don't know, or just sports talk. But I hope I can see you guys there. Thank you so much and keep supporting us. Bye.